Hello, I'm Denise LaFrance. Coming up next on City Beat, drivers be ready. The city of Las Cruces is dealing with construction on Main Street to last almost a year. We'll show you what to expect. Summer is here for many Las Cruces area students, but find out why you may want to already consider after-school programs for next year. Mosquito season is back, how the city is tackling this year's nuisances, and what you should know to keep clear of these pests. And if you like music and fireworks, remember the 4th of July celebration is on the move. All the details ahead. Welcome to City Beat for the month of June. Main Street is being ripped up and it could be tough to travel for the next 10 months. CLC TV's Jennifer Martinez shows us why this giant project could affect businesses.
Work began in mid-April on Main Street, and the New Mexico Department of Transportation says drivers can plan to see scenes like this for several months into the future.
The purpose of the project is total reconstruction, redo all of the utilities, redo sidewalks, lighting, course roadway, redo medians, drive paths to business owners.
I was kind of afraid, and I'm still afraid because I thought business was going to slow down.
This business owner says it has slowed down a little bit, but he is confident his customers will realize the construction is easier to get around than previously thought.
Yeah, I think they are just afraid. They don't know in reality that it's very easy and very accessible. There is no lines, there is not a lot of traffic, maybe in the mornings, in the afternoons, but during the day it's just very accessible.
And other business owners are counting on the slow cruise through the area to give new customers a chance to see what Main Street really has to offer.
We got a lot of walk-in customers that walked in because their traffic was slowed. So we think that'll probably happen again.
Mirabal's business has seen construction on Main Street before and says the key to getting through the situation is staying optimistic.
So the more positive we are about the construction and just encouraging them other access points to get to the barbershop, then we haven't seemed to have any problems. So the more positive we are, we're just keeping it positive.
The Department of Transportation and the contractors are working together to make sure all the businesses are accessible, providing U-turns and signs.
The department, of course, can never detour traffic, being that it is a main U.S. route. Daily drivers, of course, that go to work and of course school, it would be better to seek an alternative route.
The construction is expected to be completed in early 2015. That may seem like a long time, but everyone involved says it will help beautify Main Street and make it more efficient.
Once the road is due, everything is going to change. It's going to look a lot nicer and it's going to be better for us, yes.
For City Beat, I'm Jennifer Martinez.
Thanks, Jennifer. Traffic updates are posted on the city's website, las-cruces.org. They can also be heard on these radio stations. Soon, the Department of Transportation will begin work on the Missouri Street Bridge project. It's summertime and many kids are out of school, but just a few weeks ago, many of those kids that were enrolled in the city's after-school program wrapped up their year with a display of projects at Young Park. CLC TV's Dominic Aragon shows us just some of the projects they worked on. He brings us this story.
This is the culmination of 182 days of after-school programming by the City of Las Cruces. We are bringing all of our sites together, 367 kids, and today we'll be doing soapbox derby racing, slingshot, water balloon shooting, catapult, water balloon shooting, karaoke, and if we get an electrician out here, we'll get the jumping balloon going. We're based out of elementary schools, 7 of them. We're at Alameda, Highland, Hermosa, Fair Acres, Monte Vista, Mesilla Park Elementary, I'm forgetting one, Valley View.
I think the program has been something very positive for him. He enjoys going. It's also something that's been beneficial for me because having to have him go somewhere after school while I'm still at work. He likes going and spending the time doing activities, reading, doing homework.
The after-school program is really fun. We have time to do our homework, and we have a snack after school every day. The reason I got excited for this year is to see all the new people working at our school and helping us.
I would definitely say it's very, very affordable and very worth it. It's cheaper than any daycare that I've seen. He has been in daycare before, and it's more affordable than any of those things.
I think they should join the after-school program because there are huge benefits, and it's just a fun place to be.
They need to start looking at the city website. Approximately the middle of July, we'll have a posting and we'll have a lottery. All programs now with the Parks and Rec are lottery. That way everybody has a fair chance and even chance to get in.
Thanks, Dominic. The city is now hosting specialty camps that run through the end of July. Participants have already been chosen, but to learn more about the after-school program coming up for the next school year, you can call the Parks and Recreation Department at 541-2455. Some good news if you like to recycle. The City of Las Cruces and the South Central Solid Waste Authority are accepting glass for recycling. A large glass pulverizer, which processes about 5 tons per hour, is scheduled to arrive in late July. That's when the crushing will begin. Right now, there are 2 locations that accept jars and bottles. They are at the Foothills Landfill at Lowman and Sonoma Ranch Boulevard, that's open 24/7, or you can go to the Recycling Center at the intersection of Amador and Motel Boulevard from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 to 4 on weekends. Remember to never put glass in the blue home recycling bins. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the South Central Solid Waste Authority at 528-3800. Mosquitoes are returning to Las Cruces, but the city does have a line of defense. In this episode of City Jobs, Jennifer Martinez will introduce you to Matthew Lee, the city's contract employee for pest eradication.
The city of Las Cruces is preparing for the mosquito season. Work has already been underway for several weeks by contract employee Matt Lee.
So it's our job to basically identify the situation within the city of Las Cruces mosquito population, quantify it, and then basically manage it. So basically, the RAMP machine tests for West Nile virus within the mosquito population. And it does it in a sense, it's looking at the enzymes within it. It's a quick metabolite that it tries to read. So once it's in the system, it'll read that metabolite, and that's what tells us what's going on in the population. Take mosquitoes, crush them up, add a buffer solution, centrifuge them, get them into basically a mashed up mess, and then take an aliquot sample out of it, put it on the card, put the card in the machine, and within 1 minute of putting in the machine, it tells us the results.
Lee says it's important to check pooling areas across the city.
So many of the public accessible breeding sites in the city of Las Cruces are like this culvert. And within that, we do larval surveillance on a weekly basis of each of these water sites to tell when we need to treat mosquito larvae that's in the water, what type of species they are, what's going to happen next. Is it going to be wet the whole time? Is it going to dry up? So that's part of our management goal. This is the key to our management of the mosquito population within the city. If we stop them here, we don't have flying, biting adults, which can spread disease and also cause discomfort. Most people associate mosquito problems within the city with a great big retention pond. And within the reality of that, those are the easiest to manage for us. And we get more of our problems coming from backyards on private property, which we can't touch legally, than we do sites like this that we can publicly touch. We can touch all these, we can treat all these. So 80% of our complaint calls actually have mosquitoes breeding on their private property.
And he says residents at home can make a big difference.
People in their everyday life walk past things that will breed mosquitoes. They're there. Sometimes it's overgrown vegetation, sometimes it's containers that they left out, things that they don't normally see every day. Irrigation from sprinklers, rainfall. It causes a big problem that we can't manage. And a lot of it, you walk past it so often you don't notice it's there. It becomes commonplace in the yard. So we try to go out and educate the property owners, help them, guide them in the right direction to mitigate the problem that could be originating on their property, or we use codes enforcement if it's a neighboring property something that needs to be cleaned up, whether it's tires, containers, abandoned pools, anything that'll hold water that's considered refuse and abandoned is what we look at.
Thanks, Jennifer. If mosquitoes are a problem in your area, you can call the mosquito hotline at 541-2547. There are other numbers in the area that may be helpful as well. Here are the numbers on your screen for the surrounding areas, the village of Hatch, Doña Ana County, and the town of Mesilla. So chances are the kiddos might be looking for something to do as it continues to get hotter outside. A look at our pool schedule and more in our City Minute. The Regional Aquatic Center is open year-round. Franger Pool is open Monday through Friday for lap, swim, and exercise only. And the outdoor pools, Lobs, and the East Baton Memorial Pool are open Tuesday through Sunday. Both outdoor pools are closed on Mondays. The Music in the Park schedule continues for July on the 13th. Head to Klein Park at 155 Mesquite Street. Then on the 20th and 27th, visit Apodaca Park at 801 East Madrid. All shows begin at 6 p.m. The Las Cruces Farmers and Crafts Market is expanding its hours for the summer months only. The market will open on the second Wednesday evenings of each month from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, call 201-3853. And City Hall and most other City of Las Cruces offices will be closed Friday, July 4th in observance of the Independence Day holiday. Police and fire services will not be affected. Solid waste and recycling services will operate on a normal schedule. Plus, the Aquatic Center, Lobs, and East Mesa pools will be open for business. A big change is in store for this year's 4th of July celebration put on by the City of Las Cruces. The change has to do with where the fireworks display and the concerts will be held. CLC TV's Udel Vigil has more in this month's ASTA.
Hello and welcome. Our guest for this edition of ASTA is Robert Caldwell, Special Events Coordinator with the City of Las Cruces Parks and Recreation Department. Robert, thank you for joining us on ASTA.
I'm glad to be here, Udell. Thank you.
Well, you're in the process of putting together the 4th of July celebration for this year, and it's moving to a new location. Where is it moving to, and why the move?
Well, if I may answer that in reverse order, we are moving to a new location basically because of the congestion in the Hadley complex area where Mearshart Recreation Center is and most of our ball fields, due to a lot of construction that has gone on in that area, not only commercially but also residentially. Also because of parking in the area, it's kind of congested as far as that goes. And when we put on that event, the 4th of July event, just those are the main reasons that we need to move to a larger location. And the larger location that we have research that seems to work best for, that will seem to work best for us is the Field of Dreams or the Las Cruces Public Schools Sports Complex. And so that's where we're going to move to this year.
Okay. Now, as far as the Electric Light Parade on July 3rd, is it going to remain downtown, or is there a change there as well?
Well, that means that we would be changing it in a 3-year period. We have moved that a couple of times too, the Electric Light Parade, but no, it's going to remain downtown. And the reason for the move to downtown for the parade, the Electric Light Parade, was we want to support downtown. The city wants to support downtown and try and get more activities down there so we get more of the public going down there and seeing what we have done in the way of improving the streets and businesses being in downtown and stuff. So it will remain downtown. We're going to keep the Electric Light Parade downtown.
What's the response been from the public having the parade downtown versus where it was before on Solano?
It seems to be a good move, and it seems that the merchants are all for it. The Las Cruces Downtown Partnership is a good supporter of us and also recommended that we make that move. It's a really good venue. It is very intimate in its lack of size, if you will. I mean, when it was down at Solano, that's such a spread out area. The route started at Apodaca Park and ended at the Hadley area, which is almost a 3-mile route. This one is about a mile, and we have people on both sides of the street on Church and Water, and those are small avenues, if you will, and it's a lot more intimate, and I think people enjoy it a lot more.
It is a positive. It is a good venue.
It is.
And then finally, as far as the entertainment for this year's July 4th Festival, who do you have lined up?
Around 4 o'clock, we're going to start with local bands. I don't know who those are yet. And then we'll have our opening act will be Yesterdays, which is a Beatles cover group. So they'll be doing all the Beatles songs, which could take a year to perform all those things if everybody knows the Beatles, which they do. And then we'll move into the headliner, who is Don McLean, from the Bye Bye American Pie fame. So he's going to perform for us, and then we'll get into what it's really all about, and that's the fireworks display. And then right after that, we have a blues act by the name of Indigenous, which is a Native American blues act. And we've had them here before, about 2 or 3 years ago. They are outstanding. So that's the setup we have so far. I think it's a very good one. You could always do better, but I think we did really good this year.
Well, it does sound like a good plan, and we're looking forward to the move to the Field of Dreams. And knock on wood, we don't get any rain on July 3rd to hamper the electric light parade.
Well, it cools us off, but yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. Rob Caldwell,
thank
you so much. Robert Caldwell, Special Events Coordinator with the City of Las Cruces Parks and Recreation Department.
Thank you, Udell. We here at CLC TV wish everyone a fun and safe 4th of July. That's all for this episode of City Beat. Remember, tune in for live City Council meetings right here on Mondays at 1 p.m. Plus, all archived meetings and programs can be found on clctv.com, and don't forget to like us on our Facebook page. Thanks for joining us. I'm Denise LaFrance.